So in today's video, we're going to be reacting to Bleacher Report's new article and them suggesting a trade idea for Julius Randle. And I, as well as many Knicks fans, feel like the Knicks should definitely trade Julius Randle this offseason to create room for Obi Toppin to be in the starting lineup. And last season, Julius Randle still ended up averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per game as the starting power forward of the team. And this was all while shooting 41% from the field last season, as well as 31% from three-point range and 75% from the free throw line. So his overall shooting efficiency for the Knicks last season was definitely poor, since his three-point percentage dropped from 41% the previous season to 31% last season. But with all that said, he was still an all-star and all-NBA second-team player 2 seasons ago, and it could have been the pressure of New York fans and the New York environment in general last season for Randle. But I still believe that there will be and should be some teams that should consider trading for Julius Randle as a second or third option on the team. And that could include teams like the Charlotte Hornets and Dallas Mavericks. But now with all of that out of the way, let's get into the mock trade proposed by Bleacher Report. So in this 3-team blockbuster trade proposed by Bleacher Report, the Lakers would get point guard Ben Simmons and Evan Fournier, while the Brooklyn Nets would receive forward Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel, and a 2027 first-round pick that is lottery protected from the Los Angeles Lakers. And finally, the Knicks should receive Russell Westbrook to be bought out, and then Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, and a 2023 future second-round pick from the Lakers. So first of all, right after looking at Los Angeles Lakers' return with Ben Simmons going to LA, I definitely believe that this is pretty unrealistic to happen this offseason. And that is mainly because 3-team blockbuster trades rarely happen like this, and Ben Simmons just got acquired by the Brooklyn Nets. But since there are already some tensions with him and the Brooklyn Nets front office, it's definitely a possibility that the Nets will look to consider to trade him this offseason. But I still think that part of the trade is unlikely so far. And also, the spacing on the court would definitely not be great with a lineup featuring LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Ben Simmons. And even though the Lakers would still get Evan Fournier in this return for spacing and shooting, they still need many more shooters than that. And for the Brooklyn Nets, this trade does make some sense because they do need a playmaking big as suggested by Bleacher Report. And they would also get a 2027 first-round pick and Nerlens Noel's short-term contract. So for only giving up Ben Simmons, this is definitely a solid return for the Nets. And finally, for the New York Knicks, this trade makes a lot of sense because they get rid of a ton of cap space for Julius Randle's contract, and they would also give up the long-term contract of Evan Fournier and an unnecessary veteran player in Nerlens Noel. And this would open up a ton of cap space for the New York Knicks in the 2023 offseason, where all the stars will be featured as free agents. And that is since Russell Westbrook's contract is a 1-year deal, even though it's $48 million next season. And overall, this deal would open up $36 million in cap space for the next offseason, or $47 million if Talen Horton-Tucker declines his player option. So definitely something to consider if I'll be the New York Knicks this offseason. And a starting lineup of players like Russell Westbrook, Cam Reddish, or Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson is intriguing for next season. And also with the Knicks potentially drafting a player like Jeremy Sohan, Benedict Mathurin, or Johnny Davis. So with that all being said, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this 3-team blockbuster trade featuring the New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, and Los Angeles Lakers. And my final thought on this trade is that it's unrealistic to happen this offseason with the Ben Simmons situation, but the idea itself is really good. So if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more New York Knicks trades and updates like these, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and it's been KNYT here and I'm out. Peace.